I literally was just about to leave the house for a concert, and then I remembered that I forgot to do an intro to this video. So today's video is really just like a chatty get ready with me. I wanted to do kind of like a Q&A because I don't really do Q&As a lot on my channel. So if you want to get to know me a little bit better and try out some makeup that I picked up during the Sephora savings event, then that's what this video is. So I hope that you guys enjoy. Okay, let's just get right in to the Q&A. I gotta tell you, and by the way, if the light is a little bit weird in this video, I apologize in advance. Kit, come here, honey. Everyone wants to see you. I got so many questions about my dog Kit, so I wanted to answer all of them. If you guys don't know Kit, you should definitely go follow me over on Instagram, and just in general, follow me over there. This is where I posted like my little Q&A asking for questions thing over there. I do mini reviews. I'm definitely on Instagram nearly every day. Anyway, come on up. Come on. Up. This is Kit. Hi, honey. I'm sure that she is not liking this right now, so I might put her down in a second. But this is my beautiful Pride and Joy puppy. I love her so much, though she's not a puppy anymore. You want to smell what's going on up here? Yeah? Okay, come on. I have to stay in here, honey. I'm just going to go ahead and prep my skin with the Great Skin Instant Glow Serum from Merit, which is like my favorite primer of the moment. It gives my skin like an incredible glow and all of the moisture and hydration that I desperately need during this time of the year. But anyway, getting back to Kit, I got her when I was in college. She is 9 years old now. I also got a question about my age, so you can go ahead and figure that out. Yeah, so Kit and I have been together ever since, and I also get questions a lot about her breed, and she is a mix. I do have a DNA test that I need to send out, but we're pretty sure that she is a duck-toling retriever, which is the smallest of the retriever breeds. She's definitely a little bit smaller than they typically even are. She just has one of the best personalities that I have ever experienced in any dog ever. And I know that I am biased, but sincerely, she is an incredibly intuitive dog. It really feels like she is hanging on to your every word. And I have always really, really liked that about her. Just how it really feels like she's listening. When you're upset, you can kind of tell that like she notices. And I think that that's just something that I've always wanted in a dog and a companion, just a more empathic dog. And she is certainly that kind of dog. But I also have another dog, and his name is Hank, and he is a hound mix, and he is absolutely wonderful and more of like a dog's dog. He cracks me up. He makes me laugh so hard. He's also kind of a fraidy cat, which is always funny. But yeah, they really make my world shine a lot brighter. And I feel really, really happy to be able to be home with them all day, because it's always nice to just like take 5 minutes and play with them or cuddle with them. And by the way, for complexion, I just went in with the Shiseido Skin Radiant Lifting Foundation and then the Kosas Revealer Concealer, which you guys know are two of my basic favorite products. I'm going to a concert tonight, so I just want to go with like my favorites for the base, and then on top use some products that I haven't quite gotten used to yet. Let's see what other questions you guys send. Oh my gosh, I gotta tell you, there's always one spot on my nose that itches, and it's like right here. Okay, interesting, be interesting. Someone asked, you have Yugoslavian roots and are you in touch with them? I don't know how in touch with my roots I am. I have an appreciation for it, and by the way, I am Croatian, and someone asked if I was Polish too. I am Croatian and Polish. I've got a little bit of everything, but my mom is like mostly Polish and my dad is mostly Croatian and Irish actually. But yeah, I actually really, really want to visit Croatia, and if you guys have, then please let me know. But I think the first like European country I'd like to visit is Croatia, and if not, then Italy. I'd like to see like the coast in Italy. I've just heard that Croatia is like absolutely stunning and it's less expensive than Italy. So definitely let me know, you know, any of your experiences down below, or if you even want to shoot me a DM on Instagram, like please go ahead and do that. This is actually an interesting one while I do my brows. What is it that you love about living in Baltimore? So yes, I do live in Baltimore. I've talked about that a little bit on my channel. I love really all of it. I am a huge fan of Baltimore. I love where I live. I love the proximity to anywhere I want to be. So Baltimore is definitely more of like an underdog city, right? Like if a band is rolling around, they're probably going to Philly or DC or New York. But, you know, Baltimore just has its own kind of special quirks and people. If you are a fan of the water, and this is actually more so like speaking to Maryland as a whole, but as someone that grew up on the water, I really, really like being near the water, and I just find that it's something that's really important to me, and I didn't really realize that until I got a little bit older. I don't like to feel kind of landlocked, and being near the coast or on the waters is really important to me. In Baltimore, you have really, really incredible food. Really underrated for our restaurants. So we have the water. We also have the people, which I feel like Baltimore people are really great just because when you grow up, I mean, I didn't grow up in Baltimore, I should say that. I grew up like all over the place, but at least the people that have grown up in Baltimore, or at least have like a stake in the city, we have a lot of pride. And in general, Maryland, like Maryland pride is a huge thing. If you know, you know. There are literally businesses that make millions of dollars just selling like the Maryland flag on like koozies and t-shirts. But I feel like all of the turmoil that Baltimore has gone through, it's made like individual neighborhoods and communities feel much stronger and much more aligned under like a common goal of like wanting the best for the city. And Baltimore is not perfect by any means. If there's one thing that Baltimore is it's very real. And I'm not talking like politicians, not talking about the political side of Baltimore, because that I feel like is really rough sometimes. But a lot of Baltimore people really love and take pride of the city and take care of it. Like on my street in particular, there are people that literally spend at least an hour a day like sitting outside on their stoop. And I feel like I am always in the loop of like what is going on our street, which is really nice, just to kind of feel like everyone's looking out for each other. And that is kind of in essence what I really like about Baltimore, is that sort of feeling. By the way, Power Sculpt Velvet Bronzer from Haus Labs is what I'm going in with right now. Also, I feel like the Baltimore music scene is coming back, which is really nice. Back in the day when I was in high school, it was kind of at like its most incredible. Like if you guys are familiar with like Future Islands, like you could literally go to like a warehouse on a Friday night and see Future Islands for like $10. That was kind of like the heyday, but I feel like we're kind of coming back. Actually, I am gonna leave my friend's band down below, Dosser. I was in their music video recently if you want to go check it out. Yeah, there are a lot of good bands in Baltimore, so that's something else I really like. And I did get a question about music, but let me go through some of my YouTube likes. What is this hair? Let me go through some of my YouTube likes and just like shout out some people. Okay, Bill Callahan. Absolutely love Bill Callahan. He also went by Smog for a long time. He's like one of definitely like top 5 artists in general. I really owe a lot to him, I feel like. Just really incredible music from him. Really like Paul Simon as well. Graceland really got me through some shit, guys. Real Estate, I really like Real Estate. Alex G, I've talked about Alex G before. He's like one of my faves. Yo La Tengo, I love Yo La Tengo. I like, you know, a lot of like the indie deep cuts, you know, that everyone really likes. I also like, you know, some older country music as well. Hank, my dog's actually named after Hank Williams. I really like some post-punk stuff, so like Proto Martyr is on here. You guys should definitely check out Proto Martyr. They're from Detroit. They're really good. T Swift is coming up a lot. I've been listening to a lot of Taylor Swift. I really like the new album. Pinback is on here. So, you know, I really like a lot of the 80s and 90s deep cut stuff, and then some of like the newer indie stuff. I feel like I just need to pin back my hair right now. And I'm always looking for new music recommendations. So if you guys want to send me anything, like please go ahead and do that. I feel like in college it was so much easier to like discover new music, and that's something that I spent a lot of time in college doing. You know, I had my group of friends and we'd just be like passing the aux cable until like 4 in the morning just showing each other music. And I wish that I still had that, you know what I mean? I mean, obviously that is not sustainable, but like, wow, those were like some of my favorite memories in college. Okay, this Haus Labs bronzer is really pretty. I feel like I've been like building and building and building it up for a while, and it, you know, looks really good. It builds on itself really nicely. So yeah, I picked this up during the Sephora savings event. On the recommendation of Khaki, actually, I do need some blush, but I don't feel like getting up right now. So I'm just going to start on the eyes with the Natasha Denona Glam palette. Still getting to know this one, but I'm really excited to do a look with this today because so far, so really good with the palette. Okay, I just got a question. What's your opinion on short form content as a creator and a viewer? Now, honestly, the main issue that I have with short form content is the fact that it's short. And I like to be able to create nuance, especially in the world of the internet where it is so lacking. I feel like being able to have a nuanced take is a little bit more difficult with a shorter video. So that's the main thing. So that's the main thing that's been a little bit annoying for me with short form content, like for my personal short form content, like just figuring out how to navigate that. But I really recently have been just trying to have fun with it. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram or TikTok, then you might not know this, but I feel like with my more short form content, I just focus more on like making jokes and just, you know, playing around. And that is what I've really enjoyed about short form content for me personally, is that it's given me that opportunity to show a little bit more of my personality and my sense of humor, which I feel like is something that personally I've struggled with a little bit more. Because I feel like I really do well with banter, and I'm alone here. So it's kind of awkward sometimes for me. Like, I'm not gonna lie. It's awkward to make a joke to a camera, but somehow with TikTok, I'm just able to kind of throw all of that out the window and just be a little bit more off the cuff, and that's been really nice for me. I know this is a very surface level way of answering your question, but I have to say that it has been nice for me to do that. But you know, more pertaining to your question, like as my job, shorts and TikTok and Instagram Reels, I'm trying to just accept them for what they are. People watching them, liking them, disliking them. It's nothing that I can really change. So I'm just trying to navigate them and find out what I like out of short form content and then creating that. The whole reason I started my channel is that I was looking for answers to questions that people weren't even asking. So that is how I'm going to try to approach my short form content, as well as just kind of having fun with it. I really, really need some chapstick right now. Okay, someone said, any products you loved and raved about in a review and later on realized you hated? One of the main ones that immediately comes to mind are the Cosmetics Cosmic Dew eyeshadows. And I've kind of talked about these before. As I've just continued to use them, I've realized that there are other formulas that I prefer. Those crease pretty easily. The colors just, I think, aren't super inspired. And I just like the Lucent cream shadows from Moira more. And I talked about that in my recent Save or Splurge eyeshadow video, in case you guys are interested. First impressions were really good, and then I realized kind of later that I wasn't reaching for them anymore. Someone asked, do I have a cat? I don't. But I understand why you would think so, because I go to my friend Katie's house a lot, and I'm pretty much always taking pictures of her cat Banks because I just love him. If you went to college, what did you major in? So I did go to college. I actually double majored in college. I was an English major as well as a mass communications major. And that does bring me to another question that I got. Where was that question? Do you have any other creative interests outside of makeup? So this is something that I have been thinking a lot about, and something that I don't talk about a lot on my channel, but I used to write a lot. I was a big time writer, especially in college and a couple of years after college. But when I got into, the more corporate world, and honestly, my job wasn't even like super corporate, I just kind of fell away from writing. So recently and into next year, I'm going to get back into it because I think I deserve it. I think I have a newfound kind of appreciation for it too. I used to put a lot of pressure on myself that it had to be the best thing I've ever written, or it had to be super noteworthy or get published in order for it to have merit. And I just don't think that it has to be like that. But if you feel like it, I will leave a couple of my pieces down below in case you guys want to read them. I really like this one. How do you find your signature makeup style? Let's talk about that as I kind of figure out what I'm doing with this eye look, because I've been doing a lot of like blending and building just on like this kind of shape, and I feel like I need to like pay more attention here. I think a lot about finding your signature makeup look is looking at your favorite makeup looks that other people have done and just trying them and then tweaking them, because really you don't know until you start playing around and getting creative. And not only that, I also find that there are looks that we think are going to be amazing and like we're really, really going to be into, and then you try them on your own face and you're like, I think that that's something really interesting. The way that I was able to find my signature makeup look, and actually, if you go to some of my older videos, which I don't recommend you do that, but if you do, I used to be like a cat eye queen. Like that was all I would really wear, liquid liner. But as fate would have it, I definitely got more into eyeshadow and other eye looks. And what a wonderful feeling that was. And I kind of built a completely new signature look for me. And really I have cream eyeshadow to thank for that, because without cream eyeshadow, I really don't think I would have been as creative with my eye looks. I'm actually taking more of like a metallic shade on the outer corners. When it's this sheer, it's just gonna kind of impart this like almost like glossy effect on the outer corners that will give you more of like a lived in kind of look, and I think that that's going to be really pretty with this. Now I could do a shimmer all over on the eyelid itself, but I don't know. I'm kind of liking this, not having that, like this being more matte. Someone said, why so dewy? Maybe it's the lighting, but often looks greasy. Greasy highlights texture. I do love me some dew. I think that if you're asking why I prefer dewy makeup to more matte makeup, the answer is really simple. My skin looks better when there is a glow imparted to it. When I have more matte skin, it just doesn't look great on me. I have more dry skin. I think other people, I've seen people do like really light coverage but matte, and it just looks very good on them. It complements their skin type. It complements the look that they've chosen. And typically I prefer something a little bit more dewy, or honestly just a bit more polished. I like a blur to my skin, and I really enjoy a refined look. And I don't think that you have to necessarily choose between a glow from within kind of look and a refined, polished makeup look. You can have both. You can have it all, in my opinion. And that's definitely a look that I really like to try to do. By the way, Cali Ray Come Hell or High Water mascara. I'm kind of hesitant to try it just because I have like a whole night ahead of me. But it is one that I feel like I should try. I get so weird with trying new mascaras when I have like a whole night ahead of me. Oh, but here goes nothing. Okay, so far so good actually. Oh my gosh. This mascara is really pretty. I'm gonna add another layer. I'm into it. I think it's really pretty. I might even add some to the bottom lash line a little bit later. Okay, I need some blush, I think. And I need another question as well. Do you shop your stash and rotate your products to maximize usage? Yes, I do. So actually, this is my current like everyday makeup bin. It's an absolute mess, especially after like the Sephora savings event. Like I feel like there's a lot of crap in here. But yeah, short answer is I usually put things that I know I want to use up into this everyday bin, or products that I just need to kind of get a better idea of, you know, what I think about them. What do you guys think I should do for blush? I feel like I could really go a lot of different ways. Okay, let's stick with some powder blush. I'm going to use this one from Tom Ford in Sundrunk. I haven't used this one in a while, and it is an absolutely beautiful color. I'm gonna add some to my nose, a little bit right up here at the top of my forehead. I forget, was there a question that I was supposed to be answering? Oh, I think, yeah, I think I pretty much answered that question. What's a holy grail product that hasn't been made yet for you? That's an interesting question. Honestly, I don't know if I have like a category where it hasn't been made yet, but I will say that I have like dreams of creating makeup. I also have dreams of creating my own fragrance. That's something that I'd really like to do, but you know, that dream of being able to do it completely on my own is very far, very far. But I'd love to be able to do a collab. Maybe one day I'll be able to, you know, create like a really perfect glossy looking eyeshadow topper or my perfect scent. So while I was lining my lips, my sister FaceTime called me. Maybe I'll call her back and see if she wants to be on camera, which I doubt she does. Hi.
Hey. What's up?
What do you think of it?
My camera's a little bit blurry, but it looks pretty.
Well, it probably looks even better than it does.
Okay, your backdrop reminds me of Felicity.
And with that, you guys, I think that this look is done. So thanks guys for hanging out and just getting to know me a little bit better, trying out some makeup I just picked up. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next one.